What's up, COD people? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to a three-part story. 3 short stories out there in the Call of Duty scene. Also, by the way, this is a bit pre-recorded, so I should have another Call of Duty episode out later today talking about the one, the only FaZe Censor and the team he does join, because the team he won't be joining, that will be Paris. We'll talk about them, though, in the back half of this episode. First of which, though, is something we talked about here on the channel not too long ago, that being Hector, all of his new org options. He has, of course, ever since joined NRG, but one of those options we did talk about was one of his many Texas options, that being Hastr0 over at Envy, which he did confirm in his latest eavesdrop podcast, which I will link down below for all of you. It's with Team Summertime. I've already hyped them up enough on the channel. If you guys want to watch that podcast episode, I've already listened to it all the way through as well. He does mention, though, he was in talks with the one, the only Hastr0.
To do that, because I was having conversations with Hastr0 too, and that almost happened. And that would have been dope, because Hastr0 and I get along famously.
Guys, can you imagine how great that would have been? Now, I will obviously attune to the fact as well, though, with that kind of rivalry and those two big public figures, obviously Hector is the one and only, and Hastr0, though, I still think is very much up there in terms of org owners out there, and especially the 12 CWO teams we do know. Hastr0 has to be one of your more well-noted characters. I think those two well-known public figures, though, inside the same organization, that rivalry inside, it's way better outside. You know, it's way better to hear that, oh, Hecz and Hastr0 fighting again, or kind of that middle rivalry inside Envy. Does it die off then, because then they kind of become too close? I'd much rather have that rivalry outside their clubs and have it now be NRG versus Envy, as opposed to, oh, Hecz and Hastr0. Although, now that I say Hecz and Hastr0, that has a super nice ring to it. Either way, his options were far and wide, it seems. He did choose, I think, the best option, though, that being NRG. And now we do get the rivalry of Hecz versus Hastr0, which sounds just as good as Hecz and Hastr0, of NRG versus Envy, and what could be the new name of Envy. Not going to be the Envy Empire, but might be their location, of course, for the Call of Duty League, going to be city-based. It could be the Dallas Empire. So it could be whatever Chicago do choose for them, guys, versus the Dallas Empire in this rivalry. And why that is? Well, the Reddit army never loses. It's actually Reddit finding this guy out there. That's going to be Bad Hair J. Who might be Bad Hair J, but he actually was adding and tweeting at the Dallas Empire handle, even offering $1,000 apparently for that handle. And who could it be? Who could it be, guys? It might be Jay Hairston, the director of social media for the Dallas Fuel and Envy. Come on, my guy. If you're going to make an alt account, are you trying to be found out? Like, really, Jay? You couldn't think of any other names out there? Reddit 1, J0, Dallas Empire apparently has been leaked for their name. I do realize I'm a day behind on that, but I think I went full circle with Hastr0, so hopefully that was okay for all of you. Now, very lastly, guys, speaking about the Paris team, and they've actually avoided Censor. A lot of people worried about where Censor's going. You know, I'm not really worried for the same reasons. A lot of people seem to think anywhere he's going to go is going to suck. I'm not really of that team, but again, that'll be a solo video sometime later today talking about FaZe Censor possibly leaving FaZe, or should be, to whatever team he does join. Now, speaking of a team who did avoid him, though, that's going to be Paris. I think a lot of people out there are going to agree it's not a high-hitting, hard-hitting, top-tier roster, right? A lot of comments out there saying top 12, top 12, top 12. I still do like the roster because it is complete, and keep in mind, this will be 7 starters competing for the 5 spots. I gotta like that. I like the ultimatum of, hey, if you want to be on the starting roster, we're going to give you the option, play for it, and we'll see who comes out on top, guys. With the Paris announcement, they have nailed down their roster. Luca, Shox, Dens, Kismet, Phantom, Zed, and very lastly, Breezy as well. Breezy, one of the many players out there, dozens of players on the line of whether or not to get a team, so nice to see he actually did land a spot here in Paris. And with that, again, I really like the idea of the competition, not naming your 5 starters right off the bat. This will be a good competition between these 7 guys to nail down those 5 spots, and we'll see exactly where they do go. I think we're seeing a lot of people out there not want to talk down about rosters, which I'll join that party and say this team has potential like any team out there, right? It all is going to matter. I think there's a large emphasis, Lando's brought this up as well, on chemistry and how these teams can really come together, especially if you're not one of the probably top 3 or 4 teams with those top players out there. And so we'll see how these kind of rosters, like the Paris, like Minnesota, like these off teams who are not really, you know, fully committed to, not really fully backing right now, how they do fit in compared to the top level teams out there. Yes, they have potential. Potential can only get you so far, though, so we'll see how chemistry does work out for the team as well. But yes, COD videos coming all day long, guys. Other gaming and esports news coming also all day long. My ultimate question to all of you guys, do you think Hector made the right choice? Do you think NRG was the best choice, or do you think Envy Hector would have been a better choice? As always, my name is Jake, breaking down gaming news here all day long. I'll see you back here sometime soon, okay? Take care. Bye.